So in the Kingdom Hearts 4 screenshots, we get a look at Mickey's whereabouts at a certain point in the game, where we see that this command menu is very bare bones, being restricted to simply attack. Another content creator, the Landy Lodge, has a video detailing his belief that I will second here, that this is most likely due to this world being more so focused on platforming and puzzles, bringing a bit of flavor from KH1 back into the series, as that game was a hybrid of the era it was made in, where platforming was the name of the game in the early to late 90s to early 2000s. I second this opinion because remember, there is a version of the multiverse where Kingdom Hearts 1 probably was made for the PS1 as originally planned, and the PS1 and N64 was platformer galore. Moving away from gameplay, however, I wanted to come on and share my thoughts and get you guys thinking about what could be happening story-wise within this portion of Kingdom Hearts 4. So in Melody of Memory, Yen Sid tells Mickey that he will be tasked with looking into the Ancient Masters, where he will begin his search in Scala at Caelum. Now this is important to us when we see this image, as I have a video that I will link in the pinned comment where I discuss with you guys the validity of the many takes of why there's a Nor-esque version of Scala at Caelum. The gist of that discussion goes as follows. The people at Scala at Caelum are said by Ericus to have abandoned the vibrant Scala at Caelum we see within Kingdom Hearts 3 itself. I believe, and you don't have to believe this, that this was in preparation for the day that Scala at Caelum would be destroyed by Sora and Master Xehanort, or the Dark Seeker as they may know him to be. This is information gleaned by a means of seeing the future through the no-name Keyblade. This is due to what I believe would be the events of Kingdom Hearts Missing Link, where the characters would learn of the true ambitions of the Master of Masters and the masters of their predecessors' era, which would be Ephemera, which I'll do a theory video on in the future, as we will most likely see these events after Kingdom Hearts 4 instead of before Kingdom Hearts 4 with the cancellation of Missing Link. Remember, that game at this juncture should have been on its second year of service, perhaps even 50% done with its story as of 2025. But with the lack of a release in January 2024, as it was initially planned to happen, and its eventual cancellation just now this month within 2025, we are left to only speculate. That's why I'm plugging this shit now. So Mickey, in my mind, must be in the Nor version of Scala at Caelum. How will he achieve this feat as Sora and the gang visits the vibrant version of Scala at Caelum? Well, in Kingdom Hearts 3, Sora, Donald, and Goofy visits the vibrant version, but this occurs because Sora uses Xehanort's time portal, meaning he is within the past of Scala at Caelum itself. Thus, Mickey clearly would know how to get there utilizing the power of Awakening, which is the ability of using people's hearts to reach the hearts of worlds to arrive within them. Remember, Riku told Sora that they followed their hearts to Sora, meaning they traced the physical connection Sora himself established and utilized during his time in Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind to save Kairi. Also remember, the King's light becomes Sora's light in the scene where Sora connects all the keyholes. Riku notices this light to be Sora's and shoots a key beam back at him through the nearest keyhole while he's unconscious amongst the depths of the universe. Then after Sora and Kairi defeat Xehanort's Phantom, everyone reappears from across the universe back to the Keyblade graveyard. With this ability, I think Mickey will initially spend time in the vibrant Scala at Caelum. While here he may meet an old friend, Master Ericus, or even Master Odin, who will inform Mickey that the information he's looking for isn't in their version of the world, but in another, and there's only one way to get there. Through the connection to someone who has most likely been there, or who has memories of themselves there, who has been there, that is now connected to Sora and the gang, but seems to be utilizing his own existence. to resurrect as many fallen keys as he can from the events of Kingdom Hearts Union Chi and the end of the Master's World line, Ephemera. Remember, the Master said that not everyone would return from their time in the Data World line, and this equates to the Dream Eaters at the end of Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. But we know that player character does return to the world, stating that he has 2 lifetimes, making the player character of Missing Link the player character of Kingdom Hearts Key. But there's more to glean from what he said, that his friend was given a manuscript, but its content was meant to be kept secret. But this is where my theory about what Mickey is doing and what he will learn and how it crafts my most cohesive version of a theory I've had for a very long time, that Ava is in Scala at Caelum. So in Dream Drop Distance's opening, we begin with a picture book. Well, in Kingdom Hearts Union Key, the opening takes place within a picture book. Well, who has the picture book in the opening of Dream Drop Distance? Mickey. Ephemera was given the Book of Prophecies from Brain, who told him in those moments that Master Ava told him before that Ephemera has been wanting to see it for forever. So its rightful place was probably with him during the events of the end of the world. This is done right before Ephemera will leave the data version of the Master's World line. See, people think that Maleficent is searching for the black box at the behest of the darkness that she met back in the past, and they believe that she knows that the Book of Prophecies is in it. But with the scene added to Remind, where we are told that Luxord is sent on a pointless search by Luxu to locate the Book of Prophecies, so when Pete says, "You sure that Dingbat in black?" he's talking about Luxu himself, which may be counterintuitive because Luxord says that Luxu is trying to hide his affiliations to it. But people forget that Luxu knows what's in the box. What he was told was in the box had him shook about what the Master could possibly be concocting. Bro, a whole Book of Prophecies is in the events of Kingdom Hearts Union Chi. Why would the mission of Darkness not be to have Maleficent fight Brain during one of his many solo research sessions if Darkness was just trying to get the Book of Prophecies? This whole idea is also nonsensical unless it's a lie that what's in the box is the Book of Prophecies. Here's what I think is happening. Luxu at the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 3 has some vague memory distortion as his heart and being is corrupted by the essence of Master Xehanort within him. This causes some degree of memory loss. Thus, he may remember the Book of Prophecies and conflate it with what he is told about what is in the box. Thus, he tells Maleficent at some point between Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance and Kingdom Hearts 3 that the box has a Book of Prophecies, making her seek it for herself as she already turns her attention to the Book of Prophecies after her time in the data world of Kingdom Hearts Recoded. When Sora defeats Luxu in the Scheme of Severance, however, he remembers that what was actually in the box and where it's hidden. This is happening to the members of the organization every time you defeat them in the Scheme of Severance. They recall themselves and they recall long lost memories. Just think about Marluxia and how he says he's on the cusp of reclaiming his identity. This is why Luxu pretends to die at the end of his battle with Riku and Sora. When everyone joins Sora in the time portal in Scala at Caelum, he uses this moment to summon the foretellers while they have the whole moment of closing the fully open Kingdom Hearts within the time portal. So in Missing Link, Scala at Caelum seems to have a system of classism that most likely isn't established by Ephemera who seek knowledge and freedom, but members of some branch of Scala at Caelum that look like they could be Xehanort's brothers or cousins control the minds of 2 city guards. These 2 are clad in completely black attire and are trying to lure player character and Remus into a trap. Player character is in a vicarious position as he has lost his memory and most of his power. But to our knowledge, Brain is somewhere within this city or waiting to appear somewhere within this city as well. And when he does, Sigurd will find him and take him to this HQ mentioned by the two city guards under the control of the two characters that look like they could be directly related to Master Xehanort. Just as the city guards claim, they were going to take player character. So here's my proposal on this point to get to the gist of it. I think Missing Link was going to divulge into a Game of Thrones type of story, where all these organizations below the one that seem to be the direct descendants of Ephemera would have tensions boil up until everything began to collapse. Player character in his organization would find out about the primordial darkness plaguing the royals as player character recovers his memory. When he recovers his memory, which he clearly has in Dark Road's epilogue, he and the mother of Xehanort will concoct a plan to remove him from Scala at Caelum to save him from the specific darkness, as baby Xehanort says. Mickey, who traverses this overrun Scala at Caelum, will most likely steal the Book of Prophecies that has been in the hands of this darkness within the Nor Scala at Caelum. This also makes the most sense to me personally about why other Keyblade wielders exist but never participate within the events of the series, as this primordial darkness may have or may see it in its best interest for the Dark Seeker to succeed in blanketing the world in darkness. Remember, Maleficent after the events of Kingdom Hearts 1 are technically treated as the Disney villain. She's Mickey's villain, just as Sora and Co. dealt with the Dark Seeker. Mickey is a hero of light according to Xemnas, but he never fights any form of a true Xehanort, Ansem, Xemnas, or Young Xehanort, nor Master Xehanort until the 3v3 in Kingdom Hearts 3 at the end of the saga. His wife banished Pete in Birth by Sleep, and in Recoded, Maleficent's actions had consequences for the characters within the Disney castle. So I think the C plot of Maleficent searching for the Book of Prophecies will eventually divulge into Mickey and his traversing of Scala at Caelum, leading up to him eventually either stealing or being gifted the Book of Prophecies by some member of Xehanort's portion of the royal family. Remember, player character says in his second life he found out darkness is prophesied to prevail and light will expire. Well, when he comes to get baby Xehanort, he's already hooded, meaning he's already hiding his identity. And him and Xehanort are already hiding from some form of darkness on the Destiny Islands. Remember, the Dark Seeker saga is meant to happen or come to its end where darkness prevails and light expires, 87 years after the day baby Xehanort is taken from his mother. So what exactly are they hiding from? Xehanort is also a male. Was he the next in line to lead and thus was taken from Scala at Caelum to prevent darkness from latching onto him next? All roads lead to some great darkness plaguing Scala at Caelum. It has to be in Scala at Caelum itself, as what's the point of taking baby Xehanort? And Mickey, as one of the heroes of light, finally coming to Scala at Caelum may be pivotal to getting them back on track to progressing us to the future. Remember, the most likely loss the foretellers will endure, as Tetsuya Nomura alluded to in his statement about Birth by Sleep at the Destiny Crossroads, is their sanity, which will lead to them potentially becoming darknesses once again, leading to the intergalactic war of the Worlds mentioned in Kingdom Hearts 1. Meaning the people at Scala at Caelum need to be liberated from the darkness there, which is going to happen with Mickey's appearance and his eventual stealing of the Book of Prophecies, removing that darkness's hold and grasp on the future. This could be the liberation event at Scala at Caelum that will get the other Keyblade wielders that apparently exist within the world to start to partake in the events of what's going on within the overall Kingdom Hearts universe, which will lead to us seeing more Keyblade wielders as we are most likely going towards the War of the Worlds. Mickey is the king of the Disney cast, meaning he would be the king of even Kingdom Hearts, as Kingdom Hearts is a property of Disney. Meaning most likely this whole Game of Thrones scenario that I think is going on at Scala at Caelum that Mickey will liberate them from is actually going to start to have further reach and prospects, as it will be the Darknesses and the Master of Masters, which eventually, as they most likely will succeed in getting their hands on the pieces of the X-Blade to purify themselves, and of course Sora may actually help them with getting rid of the Darknesses after they retrieve each portion of, or after they get their piece of the original X-Blade from each of the 7 Princesses of Heart, as the Master of Masters labels them to be 7. Once they get a hold of those pieces, Sora may liberate them from the darkness with the Chi Blade, and this will lead to a vast war to where it'll be Sora 7 versus the Master of Masters 7, and then it'll be the Keyblade wielders versus vast amounts of darkness, as the world starts to divulge into a dark end from everyone being within this war that is alluded to when the worlds become aware of each other. But what Mickey is going to do at Scala at Caelum, I believe, is help them get through whatever is going on at Scala at Caelum to be capable of participating in this even greater threat that's coming. And I think the way he's going to achieve this is by what we see in the Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance opening, to where he apparently has the Book of Prophecies, meaning he's most of likely going to steal it. He's going to take it, either he's going to steal it or he's going to be entrusted with it from someone within Scala at Caelum that realizes exactly what this Book of Prophecies is doing to the people there. So thank you guys for tuning into this video. This has been your boy Mozzie. Don't forget to do a little A-Class Gaming, and I'll catch you guys in the next one, man. Peace the heck